What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. Now, I want to talk to you guys about CRO. There's been not really that much of a mention of CRO since we've seen it kind of dive down from a level of 15. Now, there are people that are consistently talking about CRO and where it's going to go, crypto.com overall, but I think there's people that give up on CRO because of one main detail that I think is kind of the only reason as to why we haven't seen this absolutely explode, why we aren't seeing this at a level of a dollar right now. And I want to get into what that one reason is. Um, but before we dive into that, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. Um, and if you guys want to sign up for crypto.com, I have one of the best referral links that are down there. I believe you get $200 if you sign up and do all of the things you have to do, which is like stake for the Ruby card. And then you'll be able to get $200 in CRO, which is better than the standard one, which is $25. So I have one of the best ones that's out there. If you want to go ahead and use mine, feel free to utilize it. It's in the description somewhere. Also, if you want to check out my link for Margex, you can't trade CRO on Margex, hopefully soon, but you can't trade it on Margex. You can trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, a lot of different positions. So feel free to check that out. And you can trade up to a 100x leverage. So first link in the description. Um, but CRO is definitely a little bit tricky for a lot of people. And the reason why I would classify it as tricky is because it's tough to understand. I mean, why is it so popular? And why does that popularity not move over to where we believe the popularity should move over to? And what do I mean by that? I mean the volume. And we'll get into that in a couple of seconds. We're going to go through where CRO is right now, and then we'll dive into that explanation and why, honestly, that is the only reason CRO is not at a level of a dollar. Guys, let's go ahead and check this out. So CRO is currently sitting at about 8 cents. It's at 7.8 cents. We're looking at a $2 billion market cap with $5.5 million worth of volume. Does that sound right? You have a $2 billion market cap with $5.5 million worth of volume. The 34th ranked cryptocurrency out there is currently ranked 402 on the list by volume. Doesn't fully make sense. We're not seeing the level of volume that we should see out there. And honestly, we will see that level of volume soon, but I've said this time and time again. CRO is not about just the volume that you receive on a daily basis. It's the volume of people that are holding it, the volume of people that are staking it, the volume of people that are collecting extra CRO in the form of rebates, in the form of rewards, in the form of so many different things. So that's not where the strength of CRO is, but it still would be great to see a high level of volume. And with the low level of volume, it doesn't necessarily hurt us in a large way, but it doesn't get us to the promised land. It doesn't get us to where we need to be for CRO. And I think that's kind of the main problem, the only reason as to why we're not seeing this get to a level of a dollar, which we will explain and go through a little bit more in detail. But currently, the circulating supply for CRO is sitting at 26 billion coins. The total supply is 30 billion coins. I would love to see more of that burned off and get to a place to where maybe you can compete with BNB in the amount of supply that you do have. But let's look at how this has moved in the last 7 days. It is down 5.4% in the last month. It's up 11% in the last year. It's up 55%. It got all the way up to a level of 17 cents before decreasing all the way down here back to 7.8 cents, especially as you're seeing the overall market not really in the best place where it's at a $2 trillion market cap. Compared to the $2.75 trillion market cap that it was, months ago, and even 2.2 trillion just more recently, right? Like a week ago or a week and a half ago. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're definitely down overall, and it's starting to push into some of these other positions, but not everything is getting hit insanely hard during this time, right? We see some other things that are thriving, not necessarily thriving to where they're at their all-time highs, but definitely thriving more than where they're at, kind of lows. For CRO, we're approaching some of these low levels of, 5 cents. That's where we were at a low level. And right now we're at a much higher market cap than where we were at those levels. When CRO was at a level of like 5 cents or 4 cents, 4.5 cents, you saw this less than a $1 trillion market cap. So as this gets up to a $2 trillion market cap, you would expect a lot more, especially from an altcoin. But we haven't seen that, and mainly that's come in the form of the fact that we have little volume. $5.5 million worth of volume. If you put that into perspective, like if you go to the overall, maybe top 100, you go to the top 100 and you sort it by volume. You say, all right, who has the most volume? Well, you're going to see USDT, you're going to see BTC and Ethereum and some other things, right, that have billions of dollars worth of volume. But then if you go ahead and sort it the opposite way, you're going to see things like KuCoin token, Gate token. You're going to see OKB. You're going to see, CRO. And a lot of those you're seeing as exchange coins, right? This is an exchange coin. I believe this is an exchange coin as well. But you're seeing these exchange coins that are not seeing as much volume as they should see. And CRO is one of those things. The only thing I would say is that CRO tends to hold its price a lot better because it has a reason to hold it, right? You hold it for, as an investor, you hold it for more payouts, more rewards, more rebates. The fact that you can use those cards to then get more rewards on top of it, right? So CRO gives you a lot of holdability, right? I don't think that's a word, but holdability to it. It doesn't give you a ton in the volume side of it. However, if we started to see these levels of volume, if we started to see 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 50 million, 100 million, we started to see the levels that we should see with a $2 billion market cap, trust me, CRO will be worth way more than the 8 cents that it's at now. It should be. But there's maybe some speculation, some skepticism behind whether you will see the volume, whether that popularity is there. Because again, when you go into CRO and you look at the volume to market cap ratio, it's at 0.26%, less than 1%. When you get up into the billions, like the tens of billions, it's very difficult to get to that 10% mark. But you're definitely at a level of like 1 to 2 to 3 to 4%, right? This is at 0.26%. It's at basically 1/4 of a percent. That's why this is struggling. That's the only reason why CRO is struggling. More volume has to happen, and there has to be a reason to gather more CRO consistently rather than just hold it. Because if you're holding it, it's like a bunch of people that are holding, let's say, gold. It does rise in value because of the scarcity for it, and not many people mining more or whatever, right? It rises in value, but the problem is that people are not utilizing that gold. So when you get to a point to where no more is being mined or anything like that, you now have maybe a little bit of an issue to where it's not being utilized. It has no value to it. People are not utilizing it. Now gold is a different story. People will use it, but when it comes to CRO, you have to find those reasons and those abilities to use it, and that's what will be added in the future. I believe we will see those reasons not to just hold it, but to use it. And that's what will be the absolute changer, the game changer for CRO. But I just wanted to be honest and let you guys know what the truth is behind the reason as to why we're not seeing CRO at $1 and why we haven't even seen it stay at 10 cents. It's hovered around 15 cents for a while, but once it got up to a level of 17 cents, you see here, it dropped down to 12. Increased back up to 15, but then started to slowly drop down, even with the market, but started to slowly drop down to a level to where maybe it felt comfortable. I don't know, especially without those volume numbers. But I still hold on to CRO. I still have 300 and I think 370,000, 100 of which is my long term, and I'm not going to touch probably until we see a level of $100 per coin, something like that. That would be crazy. But you never know what could happen. That circulating supply could get burned off, like they did with the 70 billion that they burned off before. To burn off 70%, nobody could have predicted that, but then they did it. So to burn off 70% again, no one would predict it, but they still could do it. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.